Ingrown hairs. Don't we all just love ingrown hairs, especially as women? So this video is going to give you 2 specific tips if you're a cyclist and you want to prevent ingrown hairs. Do not wax, do not shave, and do not epilate down there. You do not want to do any of those methods of getting rid of hair, basically, because when you do that, you aggravate the hair follicle, and that is what causes ingrown hairs. That is one of the factors that is involved in ingrown hair. So you need to stop that. And I know, as for so many years I've always been like, had waxes, and waxing was always like the #1 choice of getting rid of hair, unwanted hair. But I found that I would get so many ingrown hairs and it is so painful, and shaving was even worse. Shaving was like, you get shaving rash, it itches when the hair grows back. It's just an absolute like nightmare, especially if you're going to be on the saddle all day riding. So what you need to do instead is get one of these little things, and it costs hardly anything. Beard trimmer. Excuse the pun. But it is, that's exactly what it is. It's a beard trimmer. And, well, it's not actually, it's a women's version. So it is for lady parts. Why don't that go back on? These basically are, this was about £6. It was hardly anything. It is so good, because basically what this does, rather than getting right in at the root of the hair, this is just trimming the top. So basically it's like having a pair of scissors. You're not aggravating any of the hairs, you're not aggravating any of the follicles. You are just trimming off what is already there. It's kind of like having a haircut. You're not actually bothering the root when you do it. So you get a load of attachments. I'm sure you know how these work, but you get a load of attachments for different mils, for different lengths. And basically, that's it. You just get trimming. And that has been the single most effective way to stop any ingrown hairs, because when you're cycling all day, it is so painful. The second major tip that you need to look at is your saddle. I recently got a new saddle, well, I'll say recently, maybe 3 months ago now, and that has been a massive help, because it just fits my body better. And the one that I had previously is still on my commuter bike, and I've been commuting a lot this week, and I've got an ingrown hair. So and I know it's the way that I sit on that saddle. I sit in a different way because it's not comfortable, so I kind of move to kind of negate that uncomfortableness, but then I end up sitting differently and not as relaxed, so then that aggravates my body, and yeah, you get a lot of rubbage. Is that even a word? You get kind of like a lot of friction. Friction is the right word, not rubbage. You get a lot of friction with it, so that is why saddle is so important. So they're the 2 main tips. So trim your hair, do not wax, do not shave, and the second thing is look at your saddle, look at your positioning on the saddle. I'd recommend getting a bike for it, to be honest. You can get actual saddle pressure mapping. So if pain down there is something that is a problem for you, and ingrown hairs, and they're the 2 main things I think you need to look at, because they are the main things. So I hope that helps, and I will see you next video. Let me know if you've got any other tips actually of how to prevent ingrown hairs, if you're specifically if you're a cyclist, because no one wants an ingrown hair when you sat on the saddle 6 to 8 hours, or however long, even half an hour, it would do my head in. So yeah, I'll see you next video.